Hey guys, it's the Tippler3848 here, and today we're gonna be doing Liverpool. Sorry Scousers, and sorry for anyone listening to that because you've probably perforated an eardrum. But Liverpool starting 11, you know, the format by now. And just before we get onto this, Stevie's got a little message because I've not been uploading as much as I could, but I've been really enjoying this series looking at each team, and I don't want to let it... How's it go, Stevie, again?
This does not slip now! This does not slip!
That's right, I don't want to let it slip, do I? Remind me, Stevie, did you slip? You slipped, okay, never mind. Sorry, Liverpool fans, sorry Stevie, cheap joke, but I still find it kind of funny. But if it happens to Arsenal, I would probably cry for days. But your back five, you've got Minile, Moreno, Chan, Squirrel, using headbutt and stamp there, super effective of course. And Nathaniel Klein, great signing for you guys. I can't believe you got him for so cheap. Like £12 million for an English player from an English club. God knows how that happened. That is actually some really good business, something that you guys have failed to do for quite some time. We've got James Milner, who you got in on a free, so that's going to be good business either way. Plus, I think he's going to be a good player for you. He's the sort of player you need. He'll help out defensively, he'll get forward, he'll work all day long, even though he's getting on a bit. He's 28. In your central midfield bit, you've got Mr. Jordan Henderson. Lovely, right? You guys seem to love him. I don't rate him that much at this point in time. Again, he's young, he's 24, he's got time to grow, so we'll see how he goes. He's nothing like Stevie G, he's not as good as Stevie G, so don't try and peg him with that. He is your captain, however. Divock Origi, the new man-ish, because you've actually had him for a season, but you sent him back to Lille on loan, but now he's back with you. He's had a good pre-season, he's pacey, he's tricky, he can finish. He showed that in the World Cup with Belgium, the whole reason that you guys signed him. So, another good signing, you got Roberto Firmino. I've put him there with Coutinho, but what I would probably do, because you had so many defensive issues last season, is only play one or the other, and then put Emre Can as your CDM, with another centre-back filling in there. But if you decide to play them both at the same time, you are going to rip teams to shreds. Firmino is a fantastic player. I've seen a lot of him at Hoffenheim and with Brazil. He's just ridiculous. But I didn't want him at Arsenal. I'm glad we didn't sign him. We don't need him. We've got too many midfielders. But I didn't want him to come to a Premier League team because now we've got to play against him and he's talented and I don't like that. But finally, your new striker. Yes, you've got no less than 4 new signings in your starting 11. So that's going to take some time to bed in the first place. But it's Benteke. Do you guys think he's worth 32 million? Not for me. But that's the way it is. Release clause is there for a reason. That was the only way you were going to get him. So he could be a good signing. He's shown little bits. It's hard to remember that he's only 23. Because he's been around in the Premier League for years now, and it seems like he should be like 25, 26, 27, but he's young. That's in keeping with the Brendan Rodgers way. He likes to buy young talent. So on the bench, more new signings for you. Bogdan, not the baby meerkat, the ginger wonder from Bolton. You got Sacco, he's not new, he's terrible. You got Joe Allen, the Welshie. You've got la 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 na 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 na, and you've got Jordan Ibe. Ha! Just kidding, I know it's Ibe. Jordan Ibe, who is a fantastic player. He really showed good potential when he came on at the back end of last season as a substitute for a few games. So really hope he sticks with your first team. Don't send him out on loan again. He's ready. He is ready to be a sub for you and maybe even more. Danny Ings, your other signing. Again, young, 22. He will start on the bench for me because he didn't cost 32 million. Daniel Sturridge, will he ever regain that form? Who knows? I think a lot of his form was the partnership with Suarez, but obviously when he gets over his injuries, he's got to be at least on the bench. And then you've got Balotelli and Lambert sitting out here in the cold, wondering what the hell happened when they signed, but they're probably going to move on, and I shan't. So first of all, your upgrades. I can't speak highly enough about Emre Can personally. I think he's a really good player. He's versatile, which is good for you guys because he played centre-back, CDM and right-back, I think, at some points. Did really well in each position. I think his best is CDM. That's where you need to play him. He's had a number of appearances for you guys. You really relied on him. 1 goal, 1 assist. I'm putting him up from a 70 to a 73. Nathaniel Klein is the next guy. Obviously, you guys have got nothing to do with his upgrade because he was at Southampton last season. You signed him in the summer. He's a fantastic right back. Really has come into his own. At the tender age of 23 as well, is really, really good. He can get forward. He's good at defending. That's probably where he differs from Glenn Johnson. You guys have got yourselves a really, really, really good player in Klein. That's why I've put him up by 3 from 77 to 80. 41 appearances for Southampton, 3 goals as well, so he does chip in there. 6 yellow cards though for a right back is quite a lot, so you probably have to just watch his disciplinary a little bit, but that's absolutely fine. He had a great season, helped Southampton to one of their best finishes ever, so you can't say too much about him. He's really, really good, and he's in the England setup and deserves to be there. Downgrades, you've got Mr. Sturridge and Mr. Sacco. It's the SAS. No. It's down to 80 for Sturridge. It's 18 appearances, 5 goals, 2 assists. So it's a decent return for the amount of time he spent on the pitch, but that's not enough game time to be upgraded for me, and he has to come down. He was an 83. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh cutting him all the way down to an 80. You could probably stick at 81, 82, but I've gone 80 just because this isn't the first season that he hasn't fully delivered due to injuries. Sacco is just bad. He had a few injuries as well. Okay, fair enough. But when he played, he just leaked goals for you guys. It was just mistake after mistake. 27 appearances, 35 goals let in while he was there. Least of all, you lost 4-1 to Arsenal and 6-1 to Stoke. The Stoke one was the last game of the season as well. So, yeah, very interesting with Mr. Sacco. I wouldn't be surprised if you replaced him. But I put him down to a 78 from 80 because he's not an 80 rated defender. So, Liverpool fans, onto your transfers. You've made so many already that I've only got one position. You would have had to strengthen striker, mids, everywhere basically, but you've done that. You've got Klein, you've got Milner, you've got Benteke, you've got Bogdan, you've got Ings, you've got too many people to mention. So all I'm going to go for is your centre-backs. Centre-backs is a really bad position for you guys because you've got Sacco, basically. He is your major kind of backup, him and Lovren, Brendan Rodgers doesn't seem to fancy Lovren at all, and I'm not entirely sure why. You bought him in, why not use him? I don't know, maybe his attitude's not right. So the 3 that I've come up with are just ones that, well, everyone who plays FUT will know who they are, really. You got Nkulu, Nicolas Nkulu, who is playing for Marseille at this point in time. You have got Joel Matip, and you've got Fabian Schär. I'm not going to talk too much about the 3. They're all pretty much of the same standard, but for me the standout one would be Fabian Schär. He is a Swiss international. He's played numerous games for Basel against English teams as well. They were drawn with Chelsea 2 years running, I think. They played against you last season or the season before. So he would be my pick of the bunch. But just to finish this one off, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone. I've seen my views go up, I've seen my subs go up, and I think it's because I was ill. So I took 3 to 4 days to get over that, and while I was doing that, because I couldn't talk, I was doing a lot of sort of background marketing of my channel via social media and forums and all the different kind of ways of doing it. I had to watch a lot of sort of YouTube videos to help me out, to know where the right channels were. A guy named Quality Darren does it really, really well. Go check him out as well. I'll put his channel link in the description below. So really, just a big thank you. It's kind of mind-blowing because I didn't think it was going to have much effect, but it had a much bigger effect than I really thought, which is good. So thanks all for subbing. If you're watching this as a first timer, come and sub as well. I'm going to have a giveaway at 500 subs that I've put on my Twitter page today, but I'm going to explain more of that next in my next video whenever I place that up. Hopefully it'll be later on today at some point. So I'm going to have a big thing around that. There is for a Blue Snowball microphone, brand new, never touched it. I've taken it out of the box just to check all the bits are there. If I'm sending it out to a subscriber, I want it to be in top nick. So it's brand new in the box. That's all I can say about that. Thanks very much. This is the Tippler. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I am out for now, but I will hope to see you in a video on my channel coming soon.